Number 4, we have Guantanamo Bay. This is a 7 out of 10 on the scarometer. It has less than 50 prisoners, but they're among the most dangerous in the world. This prison is also notorious for its interrogation tactics, some of which have included waterboarding and sense deprivation.
Good, man. It's your boy E.I. the King, and this is the Incarceration Podcast, where I talk about prison, pre, post, and present, how everything that I experienced throughout my incarceration has forever changed my life. This is the Incarceration.
All right, good afternoon. This is State of Florida versus Stephen Testo with multiple cases before the court.
Forever Convict family, listen, we are on a journey to 50,000 subs. We are over halfway there. So if you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Share this channel with anybody who enjoys prison content. And if you don't know my story, I've done over 12 years in prison. And all throughout my incarceration on this channel, I share the crazy, funny, goofy, weird prison stories, as well as interviewing other convicts and sharing their stories as well. But most importantly, we highlight the redemptive stories of convicts coming home, leaving their past lifestyle of crime, and now living successfully in society.
What's good, man? It's your boy E.I. the King, and today we are doing a reaction video to the 12 most dangerous prisons in the world. So let's go ahead and check it out, y'all.
Watch your back, because this is one of the most dangerous prisons in the world. Located in Russia, Patak Island Prison contains some of the most terrifying convicts in the country. They are forced into cells for over 22 hours a day, and the rest of their time is spent in cages. But you think this prison is scary? Well, you haven't seen anything yet. As we take you on a journey to explore prisons around the world, they'll become more dangerous and terrifying as the list goes on. From criminal run operations to cannibalism. Think you can make it to the end? Over in Armenia, we have the Armavir prison. What makes this one so dangerous? Well, it's rumored to be run by the prisoners. Known as the Thieves-in-Law, this criminal brotherhood is said to run the prison by its own code. They control the drug trade and smuggling, but nobody knows who their leaders are. I'm gonna go and give this one a 2 out of 10 on the scarometer. But
What y'all know about sign? Well, I spelled sign wrong. S-I-G-N. No, N, my bad. Which I know about sign language, man. You got to learn sign when you're in the chain gang, bro. Whenever you're doing time in the shoe or second confinement, that's the only way to communicate through the windows, bro. And when they do that, they're just going on to the next word. It's like a space. So that's what he was doing right there. He was signing.
if you think this one is scary, yeah, I have a prison on this list that I'd consider a 10 out of 10. Okay, next on the list, we have Rikers Island. This prison has one of the biggest rates of solitary confinement in America, and it houses thousands of cells specifically for this purpose. At number 9, we have Camp 22 in North Korea. Uh-oh. Yeah, this won't be good. Not much is known about this mysterious place, but it's one of roughly 30 concentration camps in the country. It's rumored to hold over 50,000 people and has prisoners working in mines for 12 hours a day. Okay, next.
It's crazy they didn't even have no footage of that. They probably couldn't get no cameras in North Korea prison. And it sounds like it's straight slave labor, bro. Definitely not where you want to be at.
In California is San Quentin Prison. This facility is famous for housing death row prisoners. And as a result, it's home to some of the most violent criminals. This one is a 4 out of 10 for me. located in South.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think did California overturn the death row? I'm not sure. Or did they stop housing them in San Quentin? I'm not sure. But I do know one thing. I've been in San Quentin once just for a podcast. And I know a lot of people that go there for ministry and for prison reform. And San Quentin is nothing what it used to be. It used to be known for a historically violent prison. But now it's like the epic center, like the vocal point throughout the state of California for prison reform. They got a whole bunch of dope stuff going on there. And it's really just a great place, you know, for people who are incarcerated to really get some trades, to get rehabilitated, and to be prepared for their release.
Sao Paulo, Brazil is the Carandiru Penitentiary. At one point, this prison had over 8,000 inmates and 1,000 guards. Even with that 8-to-1 ratio, the inmates took over. And not only was it incredibly violent, but the prison was also filled with disease and malnutrition. Known as Guantanamo North, this prison, located in Indiana, contains some of the deadliest criminals in the United States. They're only released from their cells 3 times a week, where they can use the facility's exercise cages. Okay, this next prison on the list is known for its dancing inmates.
I don't know if y'all seen his cell, but his cell looks super decked out. Let me go back real quick. I mean, obviously, bro, prison sucks. You don't want to be in prison at all. But he had a pretty decked out cell, if y'all seen that. Where was it at? Right there. Let's check it real quick.
United States. They're only released from their cells.
Pretty big, dog. And it looks like he got a lot of stuff in there. Electronics. It looks like he got an Xbox. You know what I mean? TV. Probably got a hot plate in there. Pretty big. And he got his curtain up. You know what I mean? That's a pretty big cell, bro.
A week where they can use the facility's inmates. What started as a simple prisoner exercise has turned into a viral sensation. But that's not why it's dangerous. It's the most overpopulated prison in the Philippines. And because of this, thousands of disease outbreaks happen every year. Okay.
Bro, I know prisons that got like step teams and all that, but it looks like they kind of like are on 10.
Now, before we get to our top Revolution. 4, time for a bonus fact. Want to know one of the best tips for surviving prison?
Don't go.
Yeah, of course you do. Avoid eye contact. In overcrowded prisons especially, this is essential not to get mixed up with the wrong crowd.
Hell nah, bro. Avoiding eye contact in prison is a no-no. You gotta make eye contact. That's one thing about prison, dog. Like, people read everything, bro. Body language, man. You just like are so confined, you know, that's one thing that, you know, bro, like street smarts is one thing, but whenever you go into prison, bro, it's amplified times a million. You see every hustle, you see every lie, every manipulation, every finesse. So people read body language, man. People can smell fear. People can tell if you're lying. So eye contact is number one, a form of respect. But also too, a form of like, you're not scared. You know, people who walk with their head down or look away, it's a sign of fear, you know. So avoiding eye contact in prison is definitely a no-no, you know. And you kind of got to keep a unit on your face, bro. And if someone's walking past mugging, you kind of got to reciprocate the energy. You know what I mean? Not saying that you got to wild out and be Mr. Billy Bad Guy, you know, but you got to definitely not show fear.
I also have a fire HBO style series chronologically going over my prison experience from day one, all throughout my 12 years in prison. But you got to become a member to this channel. If you're on desktop, that's the only way you can do it. If you're on a mobile phone, you got to do it through Safari, or you got to go to your internet app and become a member. Check out a brief clip right here. It's not directly addressing me. He's not directly addressing anybody. He's just saying it loudly about all the new people. And we weren't the only new people who came in that day. There's people who came in before us. But I'm thinking still he's going to be the one that tries me. So he goes and he sits down, and I'm sitting on the bench, and all of a sudden someone approaches me. I'm sitting on the outside of the bench and someone stands
Back to the list. Number 4, we have Guantanamo Bay. This is a 7 out of 10 on the scarometer. It has less than 50 prisoners, but they're among the most dangerous in the world. This prison is also notorious for its interrogation tactics, some of which have included waterboarding and sense deprivation. Over in Madagascar is...
Bro, that's crazy. I can't imagine what goes down in Guantanamo Bay. I think that got shut down too. Didn't Barack Obama shut that down, I think? I'm not sure. Or release some inmates from there, some convicts. But man, dog, imagine being housed in a prison with only 50 people, only 50 other convicts, and they're trying to interrogate people, dog. Man, that's some probably crazy torture going down over there, dog.
And Tanamura Prison, built for a maximum of 800 inmates, it's crowded to over 400% of its capacity. Prisoners here get a single meal a day, boiled cassava. As a result, malnutrition affects over 60% of the inmates, leading many to their death. Gita Rama Prison's maximum capacity...
That right there has got to be the worst. I don't think nothing could go worse than starving to death, bro. That's got to be my number one right there, the worst.
...is 600 inmates. But despite this, over 6,000 prisoners are locked inside. This leads to most prisoners having to stand during their entire stay, causing their feet to get gangrene. And not only that, but prisoners are rumored to kill and even eat each other. Okay, you made it to
All right, maybe that one's the worst so far. Let's see if this one is really the worst.
the end. Brave. This last one is a 10 out of 10 on the scare factor. It's the Black Dolphin Prison in Russia. What makes this prison so dangerous is that every inmate in here is in here for life. On average, they've killed 5 people each. It's also full of pedophiles and even cannibals.
Why they keep showing that guy eating raw meat? That's weird.
Black Dolphin keeps their prisoners in a single cell cage for 23 hours a day where they're completely isolated. When they get to leave this tiny cell, they're just transferred to a slightly bigger cage where they can walk around. If you end up in this prison, it's likely you'll never go outside again. And that's why it's the scariest and most dangerous.
All right, I think number 2 is definitely the worst prison. All them people standing right here and like the malnutrition and people not eating. Yeah, right there. That's got to be the worst, bro. All right, so once again, bro, the takeaway from this, dog, number 1, bro, stay out on the streets, bro. You know what I mean? Do the right thing, bro. You know, stay out here. You know, it's not worth it going to prison. If you already did time, you already know, my G. You know, don't go back, dog. God's got more purpose for our lives than that. You know what I mean? So just look back to our past of incarceration. Thank God that he's delivered us from that, and may it be fuel to motivate and push us forward to continue to do the right thing, to the glory of God, for our families and for the empowerment of other people, man. So it's your boy E.I. the King. Y'all stay tuned. A whole bunch of new content coming y'all way. And remember, dog, God's got a huge purpose for your life. And we only truly tap into that through faith in Christ Jesus, man. It's your boy E.I. the King. This is the Incarceration Podcast. I'm out. Peace.
If you didn't know, I am a rapper. My artist name is E.I. the King. Check out my music on all streaming platforms. Go to my other YouTube channel, E.I. the King. Check out my music videos. And I'm also releasing a documentary all year. It's really a docu-series. And every Wednesday, I drop a new video. As we've been documenting my transition home from prison and society, from the day of my release, we had a film crew at the gate just documenting my transition home from prison, now in society. Check it out on one of these links above.